Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome on into today's episode. Today, we're going to be discussing an area within Ashes of Creation that I touched on before in a prior video. We saw the Citadel of SteelBloom along with Firebrand in a live stream prior to, and I did have some critiques of the area, whether it was populated enough or whether it was a POI that would provide enough space and enough content for multiple groups of people to be in that area during the same time. I finally have reached a level where I can take on some of this content, so I'm going to give you an updated opinion on the Citadel of SteelBloom and so far what has been going on. So let's get into it. All right, so the Citadel of SteelBloom. This POI is located in between, I would say, Winstead and Halcyon on the map. And like I said, we did see this in a live stream from Intrepid and Ashes of Creation. And it was the Firebrand raid boss stream where they went into the Citadel, they retrieved the relic, and they fought the Ancient, and then after doing all of that, they came out to find Firebrand there. The zone was an area of concern because it just seemed very small from what we saw, what was given to us in that live stream. What I can tell you is this is not the case for the Citadel of SteelBloom. I will say that based off of the live stream, I do think that my critiques or my concerns were valid, but after getting some time into the game and now I'm at a level where I can take on some content, 100% can see where the Citadel of SteelBloom is supporting multiple 8-man parties. It is supporting multiple areas for people to grind and pull mobs to. There's a bunch of different bosses in this area, and there's a variety of them. And you can really crank out some levels here if you have a very efficient group. And the drop rate on items here is pretty good because they are all humanoids as long as you're within your level ranges of what you're fighting. The XP and the drops are great. So far this weekend, we have an extended weekend play. So normally we're up Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then we go down for the week. Steven was nice enough that due to the Thanksgiving holiday, he is extending the testing phase all throughout the week, all the way to the 2nd, I believe, of December. So we have the servers up for over a week now. So we get, a week and a weekend of playtime in Ashes of Creation, which is awesome. The team has been doing daily updates while the servers have been up, so they're taking care of little bugs, hiccups, little things that are happening that they're finding while the server is up. Almost all. I would say 24/7, but they do, like I said, take it down for maintenance pretty regularly at the same time during the day, so you can plan around it if you're grinding or doing stuff within Ashes and you know that server maintenance is coming. You can plan around that. And Ashes has been very good with communicating all of this, communicating the updates. They have been awesome with implementing these updates. They normally say they take 2 hours. It ranges between an hour to about 90 minutes of downtime. So you're in and out pretty quick as far as the maintenance that they're doing. SteelBloom itself is great. It looks a lot better than it did in the live stream. I know my biggest critique was that the lighting around SteelBloom didn't allow you to really see the detail within the POI within Citadel of SteelBloom. You couldn't appreciate architecture. You couldn't appreciate, the different landscapes, whatever. of the POI because of the lighting. And I will say that playing in this POI for the past 2 days, I will say it is very nice. It's a very nicely made POI. There are, again, right, it is alpha. There is some stuff that needs to be taken care of. Doors are not open where they should be. Mobs are training through multiple floors or multiple sets of walls. Bosses are stuck behind these closed doors, so you have to get inventive on how you get to them. We found a area that led underground, but it was, just a vast open area. There was nothing in there. There were 2 corridors. They were both blocked. You couldn't go anywhere. So it's unclear what that's meant to be at this time, whether there's supposed to be a boss spawn down there or it's a grind pool area. We don't know. There's nothing down there for us right now. So the area still needs some love. But again, for what it is currently, the area is supporting a lot of people in the zone, or I should say in the POI, right? It looks small, as you can see on screen. On my mini map, you can see the entirety of SteelBloom. So you would think that it is fairly small, but it's not. We're doing a fairly good grind here for XP and gear, and there are a lot of people around us, at this time, while we're doing this here at SteelBloom. There were multiple groups of 8. There were people all over the place up at and the other thing that we didn't get to see in the live stream is the verticality of SteelBloom. So you can go up in levels at SteelBloom all the way up to the top parts, what I would call the rooftop level, and grind mobs there. You can be in the middle level, which is just above our area that you're looking at right now. Then there's the smaller, I would say first middle level or second middle level, right, where you're going up to that, where there's little offset rooms where you can pull into and pull groups of mobs as they spawn. You have the main courtyard area where you enter. That's the ground floor. And then there are other rooms underground. There's a secret hidden cave that you have to get through by swimming underwater, and you can go up through the water passage and into this room where mobs have spawned, and you can grind in there. In the middle of SteelBloom, I think you can get in and fight mobs inside the innermost part of SteelBloom. I do think that there is a bug and an exploit happening around that right now at SteelBloom, because for the vast majority of time, the main door is closed to get to that area. And I think people are exploiting a little bit to get behind a wall. I have reported this to Intrepid as part of my bug testing to make sure that this gets addressed. I haven't gone back to check the door situation, if they've opened that door or they've rectified why that door was always closed versus open, so people can go back there and grind. There are mobs back there, so you are intended to get back there. I did get shown this exploit and tested it to make sure that it was truly an exploit, and it was. Like I said, I reported it immediately to Intrepid. Because again, right, the area that we were grinding, there are mobs there. There's stuff to do there, but we couldn't find another way into there besides the main door. And then when I found this group randomly that we were playing with, they said, "Oh, this is how we've been getting in there." And okay, sure, I did it to see if it works. It works, and then a bug report went in. Right? Sorry if you're part of that group that I was with watching this and you're hating me now for reporting stuff that you've been doing, but you should be reporting it too so that Intrepid can address it correctly and, get the door working correctly versus you exploiting a bug or just doing an exploit to get to a room where people don't go, right? And that's the biggest thing in this area right now is a lot of competition for space during high peak times. We're talking Friday, Saturday, peak times. There are a lot of people here. It's very easy to find a group at SteelBloom, at least on our server. And, you can't move 5 feet without running into people. You can see that our pulls have slowed as we've been grinding here throughout the video. And that is due to 2 other groups farming near us. So we're all trying to share the spawns in the area as best as we can, and try and pull things so that each group has something to do and not waiting, long after each pull to get their grind going. Other than that, like I said, the visuals seem to be all right in the area. I know Steven has teased that there will be some updates to the visuals inside of SteelBloom, that there's going to be an update to the lighting and such like that. I think overall lighting and skybox need to get addressed. Again, that's not the point of phase 1, but I think as we're getting close now, we're about a little less than a month from phase 2 starting. Intrepid needs to start addressing some of these other things that are, around, that are very visible to the testers, to the player base. And that is around the lighting effects that occur where flashbangs are happening. Your entire screen goes white almost. And these, dots come on the terrain that are super bright, to all the way becoming super dark in certain areas. And, I'm a mage, and I can use my mage light to illuminate the area around me, and it still stays super dark. It's very, very dark. It doesn't even look like it's changed at all with my mage light. So that has to be addressed as far as the lighting. And then the skybox is just doing some weird things where, it seems like the whole world is rotating every couple of minutes due to the clouds or the stars or whatever, whatever time of day it is. It just is a little clunky right now. So, I think that needs to get addressed here ultimately in a little while. But other than that, guys, I think SteelBloom is very, very cool. It's a very cool POI. It's very fun. I've been grinding here since level 17, and I am now halfway to level 21. So it has become quite my favorite spot to grind. The XP is quite good here also if you have a solid, well put together group. And you don't even have to be hardcore grinding. It's a very nice spot to have a semi-hardcore to a casual pull going where you're still enjoying your time and it doesn't feel too grindy because everyone is excited about the loot drops that are happening. I think SteelBloom has a good variety of gear drop for whether you're a caster, whether you're a tank, a melee DPS, whatever, right? There are good drops in the area for everybody, so I think that's why it's become a very popular spot. I am looking forward to hitting maybe 21 or 22 and moving to Carfin to check out that POI. I don't know if I'm going to make it for the December 20th deadline to hit that. If I do, I'm going to cover that as well because Carfin is definitely a very cool and interesting zone that I do want to experience and go through. As always, guys, if you're still here, I appreciate you for being here. Go ahead and give us a like, subscribe to the channel. It doesn't cost you guys anything to do that, and it helps out the channel tremendously. I appreciate each and every one of you who are subscribing. We've kind of hit a bit of a takeoff point on the channel with content hitting a lot more viewers and a lot more engagement coming from the community. So I do appreciate that, guys. And as always, we'll see ya on the next one.